Scott, seeing Barbara there, she looks so well. How is she?
I know. Well, let's put it this way. She gets herself together for moments like that. And it's like I was saying to someone just now, when we go to the theatre, for instance, you know, we have a few trips to the theatre, something happens to Barbara when she's out, and it's like her old self comes in and she sees the public and she speaks to everyone and she's in a theatre environment and you see that part of her that comes alive because it's what she knows. I'd be doing a kind of disjustice to people going through the same thing if I didn't say that that's not the reality, because it's not our reality.
Yeah.
Our reality is, for instance, the last 2 weeks, her confusion is really bad. So of an evening, you know, I spend a lot of time explaining where we are. You know, she has a lot of trouble identifying our house. That's the reality of what people living with dementia are going through, and of course, those around them as well.
One of the worst things people tell me about it, especially when they've been in a long-term relationship, as you have, is the loss of shared memories.
Yes.
It's been described to me that the people who are going through this dementia or Alzheimer's or whatever it may be, they just can't remember the shared memories that obviously make a relationship so special. Have you had that?
Oh, God, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I go through that quite a lot with her. I leave out pictures. You know, I have a board where there's pictures of us kind of from the beginning, and she'll suddenly say to me, how long have we been together? And I say 25 years, and she'll go, 25 years? And I go, yeah. And I say, well, look at that picture over there. That was 1993. And then she'll take it in for the moment and she'll go, oh, great, oh, that's really good. But unfortunately, you know, a lot of things that I say to her, like, oh, we went to New York or something like that, she'll have no recollection. And it's now kind of quite instant. The forgetfulness is quite instant.
Jake, something positive is now being done. You are getting together and running the marathon.
Yes.
You've done that before, haven't you?
Yeah, 20 years ago.
Right.
I vowed never again when I ran it 20 years ago. But obviously, Barbara is much loved by all of the cast, obviously, at EastEnders, and we love Scott. And
It's in many of our futures, and yet there doesn't seem to be enough money going into stopping it in its tracks.
I was quite shocked. I mean, obviously, when something like that affects you, you do start to look into it more and you learn more about it. And I was really shocked at how underfunded dementia is. And I think that's something that we really have to look at.
Yeah.
You've become such a great spokesman for this and raising such awareness, and this marathon's great for that as well. What's, on a human level, what is the thing you fear most? Now you are where you are with Barbara. What's the thing you fear most as the man who lives with her?
I think it's when every memory will go. When on a constant basis, maybe one day Barbara won't know who I am. Inevitably, one day she won't know who I am. I've only had it twice. I've had it twice.
Yeah.
And
Did she say, who are you?
Yes, yeah. She said I was helping her out the bath, and she just suddenly looked at me very scared, and she went, I'm sorry, who are you? And after 25 years, it is heartbreaking, and there's no words that can describe it. And I'm on the Dementia Revolution website with a lot of other people running the marathon, and we have this kind of closed group, and it's amazing. Everyone has the same story, you know, and at different times.
Jake, are you able to spend very much time with Barbara at the moment?
yeah, I think last time was just before Christmas. Yeah, and obviously, as Scott has talked about, I think the reality of living with someone with that condition is, yeah, it's heartbreaking. So yeah, I've sort of, you know, I've come into contact with it more through Scott and obviously Barbara. But yeah, it's as I said before, it's something that affects so many people in this country. And...
Well, best of luck with the run. And if people want to find out more, where should they go, Scott?
OK, so if they go to the Virgin Money London Marathon Just Giving page, it's Barbara's Revolutionaries. And if there's anyone who's running that hasn't decided yet what charity they're going to run for, please get behind the Dementia Revolution. We need to get on top of this. We need to find a cure or something to hold
Absolutely.
it.
And it's great to see you. And do send her our love.
Well,
'cause
she watches the
She
programme.
loves you. She thinks he's a rascal. She still remembers that.
You know what? I love Barbara, and I know it's agonising what she's been going through. Probably agonising for her as much as anybody else. But she's one of our favourite people. She's an absolute national treasure. And if Barbara, if you're watching, we
Send
say
you
hello
our
to
love.
you. Good morning. I'll try and be rascally for you to keep you laughing. But Scott, you're doing a great job with all this. It must be really, really difficult, and I really admire you for coming out and talking about it in the way you do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well
Best
done,
of luck.
Jake. Thanks very much indeed. For saying never again 20 years ago to doing it again.
I will do anything for Barbara Windsor, but I won't do that.